Yo, this is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors at Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. I really appreciate you joining me again today. And this is a follow-up to the Birmingham Stabbings. On Sunday morning, 8 people were stabbed in Birmingham. One man went on a 2-hour rampage through the town centre from one side to the other, stabbing random people for no reason. It took the police nearly 2 days to apprehend him. And nobody knew what he looked like until the day after. They didn't release an image of this guy until 4 PM the next day. This man was on the run walking around this city for a whole day and nobody knew what he looked like. So every single one of our families was in danger. Any single one of our brothers, sisters or children, this man was stabbing indiscriminately anyone, white, black, man or woman. The latest developments in the Birmingham stabbing, 4 people are in custody in relation to the series of stabbings that rocked the city centre on Saturday night, Sunday morning. On September the 6th, a knifeman engaged in a deadly rampage for the city centre, stabbing 8 people and killing 1 so far. 2 were seriously injured. A dramatic raid at 4 AM in the Selly Oak area of the city. This is in South Birmingham. It's on the other side of the city. This guy managed to escape the city centre and then get to the other side of the city. A 27-year-old man remains in custody being quizzed by police, so they still haven't charged him. Others have been arrested and an update by West Midlands Police confirmed on Monday morning. One victim of the attack has been named and he's been branded by his family as the light of their life, and they are heartbroken and grieving in Liverpool. And I send my condolences to Liverpool subscribers and the family members of this young man. 3 people remain in hospital with critical injuries, including a man who was stabbed in Livery Street. A woman was knifed in Hurst Street and 4 others, 3 men and 1 woman, were also injured. Police launched a massive manhunt for a sole attacker on Sunday and released CCTV footage of the man. That footage was only released because of Rob McLeod, who I interviewed yesterday, being able to identify him, and that was 3 o'clock the next day. Police didn't know what he looked like. And that's a fact. The 27-year-old was arrested on suspicion of murder and 7 counts of attempted murder and remains in police custody. He was detained at an address in Selly Oak. The force said that 3 other people, 2 men and a woman, were arrested at the same address for assisting an offender. It's utterly shocking what happened, and these attacks seem to be apparently random, adding there was no suggestion of racial, gang-related or homophobic motive. The force declared a major incident after the rampage, but everybody in the city didn't know what the hell was going on. Nobody did. The day after, we didn't even know what was going on. We didn't know that there was a man still on the loose. How about that?
How come no one has a clue what happened in Brum last night? Huh? Scarcity, you all warm, blood?
Officers were called to Constitution Hill in the north of the city centre just after 12:30, where a man received a superficial wound. This undermines it. I don't like superficial. He was stabbed. This was followed 20 minutes later, so this man walked for at least 20 minutes to Snow Hill Station on Cornwall Row and stabbed a 19-year-old, leaving him critically injured, and a woman also. 1 hour later, so another hour, a whole hour went by and he'd stabbed 3 people already, and now it's 10-2. Officers were called to Irvine Street to the south of the city centre, where a man died and another man suffered serious injuries. And this was round the corner from Hurst Street. 10 minutes later, police were called to Hurst Street in the city centre's gay village quarter, where a 32-year-old woman was seriously injured and 2 men received lesser injuries. Jacob Billington, 23, was fatally stabbed in Irvine Street round the corner. So when this man arrived in Hurst Street just after he killed Jacob, nobody knew what he looked like. Rest in peace to Jacob Billington, and my condolences to his family. He came from Liverpool and he was visiting friends in the city. And as the main witness and heroes from the day told me yesterday when we was at the scene, the attacker was very calm and very cold. He wasn't drunk and he didn't appear to be drugged up. He was walking along the street, even at one point chatting to people after he'd stabbed several others. And our witness also states that the knife that he had was a lot bigger than the one that police are describing, the one that they say that they've seized. But we can't confirm that until we get more information. One of the witnesses said that a girl was stabbed between 5 and 7 times. He said the police arrived almost immediately and handed over his bar CCTV to detectives in a bid to aid the manhunt. So in certain incidents, they would have been getting called to several incidents. So bearing that in mind, it would have been chaos in the city centre at that time. So we have to account for the fact they would have been getting called to several different places. He says the police turned up there. This bar owner says the police was in that area quite quickly. So that would contradict some reports. But in relation to actually apprehending the man, this definitely wasn't the case. Chief Superintendent Graham said that officers yesterday worked throughout the day and the early hours in a bid to trace the man we believe responsible for the terrible crimes. They issued CCTV footage of the suspect and had a very strong response from the public. They'd like to thank everyone who helped, and they followed the immediate line of inquiries to Selly Oak, where a man was arrested. They also said that ill-informed critique of the officers' response to the knife attacks and claims that the alleged delays may have cost a man his life, and criticism from the public before CCTV is ill-informed. We'll always definitely put across anyone else's point of view, but at the same time, nobody else has that opinion, as the same opinion as the police on the way it was dealt with that day. So I really want to hear what people have to say on that and everybody else's thoughts. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and follow us online at Scarcity Studios. Peace. But as you can see, it's all open. There doesn't seem to be anything locked off or shut down, even though people are meant to have died here. So I'm reporting live from the Arcadian in town at the minute, in by Hurst Street. We'll have a little look about, see what's going on. Like I said, I can't see no tape up there, so I'm going to go down by Snow Hill and see if there's anything up by there. It's a bit lock off, a bit quiet. We'll go through to Chinatown Park. Look at Chinatown bit. Chinatown. Yeah, I'm gonna check out there. Excuse me, mate. Is this the primary scene, do you know, I'm assuming?
There's here, mate, and then there's up Colmore Road.
I was gonna say Snow Hill, isn't it? Snow Hill Station.
Yeah.